Hey, AFTERBUZZ fashionistas, we're here for a whole new episode of Project Runway, and it's another special night because we have another guest in studio who's in the competition still. Stick around to find out who it is.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You know what that song means.
Yep,
It's time to start judging everybody. Do you like our lights, Margarita?
I want to be here every day. This is great.
It's like a party.
It's always a party with us.
It is. We get down.
Well, for all of you who have not tuned in before, I'm your host, Michael Shirley. You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at Michael X Shirley, and you can check out my blog at ilovemichaelshirley.com. And I've got a lovely panel of ladies here tonight.
Hi, my name's Hanna B. You can follow me at Hanna B.E. Tucker.
Hey guys, Michelle Uberreste here. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste.
Hey guys, Mayte Carillo here. You can find me everywhere at Mayte Carillo _.
And just in case you didn't notice from a second ago, we've got Margarita Alvarez in the studio tonight.
Hey!
Stirring the pot up tonight.
Ay.
Yeah, well, that wasn't your fault.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you. I actually, like, my outfit's inspired a little bit by your, the red dress. With the little
I see it. I
perfume.
see the red and the fuchsia. I'm loving this. I'm living for your look today.
You know how we feel about pink and red on this panel.
Yes, we're all for it.
Oh my gosh, you have had a pretty exciting week. Last Thursday, we wanted to have you here. We wanted to be at your show, but you're having a fashion show in Los Angeles.
Oh
How
my
did all that
God.
go?
I was. So I was hosting a charity fundraiser fashion show with Kintaro and Cha-Cha for all the hurricane victims of Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. And we raised a lot of money, still kind of counting all the people, but we had about 300 people show up, which was amazing.
Whoa.
Wow.
Awesome.
So yeah, we were there, and it was really fun, and I just feel like that's as much as I can do to give back to my community and through fashion. So it felt really great.
Right,
Stoked.
you left there to come here, right?
Yeah, I left Puerto Rico. I mean, I kind of saw the economy
Right.
going
We
downhill.
saw that in the first episode, your
Yeah.
feelings on all of that. Do you know if you'd stayed where your studio, where you worked at, what is that like there? Do you know what that area is like?
I mean, right now a lot of it is underwater. There's been a lot of damage. All of my fellow artists and designers that are still there, their studios are 12 inches underwater. So this
You
is
hadn't
a lot.
left.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, my
Yeah.
studio was on a second floor, so hopefully maybe mine would have been safe.
yeah.
But still, it's a lot of water damage, and I'm sure glass would have broke. There was a
Couldn't
lot.
get to work.
Yeah,
really
basically,
easily.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, so I'm very lucky, very, very lucky to
Well,
be
it's
here.
super cool of you to do that. Did you have botany in your show too?
Oh yeah, Botany was part of the show too. I can't believe I forgot. It was all of us that are residents of LA, and then
Right.
Cha-Cha was just
Yeah,
gonna
does he
happen
live
to be
here?
here. No, he lives in New York. I mean, Cha-Cha's kind of like
Oh, it's a
Cha-Cha's a real
globetrotter.
celebrity in
Oh, yeah?
Taiwan. I don't know if you know, but Cha-Cha
Oh,
is like
no.
300,000 followers. Like he's just
Whoa.
like legit shit. So yeah, he can go anywhere he wants.
Oh wow! What are they
Cha-Cha.
following? What are they following him for?
He is a boy beauty blogger. So
Oh,
yeah, oh my God, follow Cha-Cha.
very
He's amazing.
cool.
I love him.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
didn't get enough of Cha-Cha this
No,
week.
we
I
didn't.
know.
More.
We were so
We wanted
sad.
more.
You guys didn't get to know the real Chacho. He's the sweetest gem
Yeah,
ever.
He seems like a
good.
nice guy, yeah, for sure. And there's definitely a place for his clothes. There are a lot of girls that love that
Totally.
type of kawaii stuff.
For sure.
What was the theme of your show?
So my collection was actually inspired by water and the power of water. Water is kind of shapeless, formless, but it's very powerful. It comes from a big philosophical thing that Bruce Lee did back in the day, and it was just kind of relevant with the whole hurricane and it's
For sure.
it's one of the most important resources, and we're really running out. So it's just that kind of inspired it. So I did some dip dyed natural organic cotton silks and stuff like that. It was
That's so
very
cool.
ethereal and very different from my loud, bright.
Yeah.
It was a very somber collection, but still very glamorous.
So if the AfterBuzzers want to see your collection, is it on YouTube or you have pictures on your
it's
website?
going to be on my Instagram, and I'll
Okay,
let
cool.
you guys know about my
Awesome.
new website launch coming up soon.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is
It's
good.
exciting.
You ladies have any questions for Margarita while we got her?
Yeah, so you.
Yes, bring the dish. She wants to serve the tea. Let's do
I
it.
guess I always think it's really interesting to see like who buddies up, and it seems like you and Michael are really close on the show. What is that true? And did you have any other like close friends?
Oh my God, I love Michael. Like I'm sure it's
You were
obvious.
texting him, weren't you?
Yes, Michael and I
Yeah.
are best of friends. Like I genuinely think he's one of the most sincere and honest people I've ever met in my life.
Michael's a really good name.
Oh my God. I mean, duh. You obviously know that you're a good-natured person. But no, for real. So me and Michael became really close. And actually, I kind of buddied up with a lot of people. Like Kentaro and me are pretty tight. Even though there's not a lot of it. Like Brandon and I shoot the shit every once in a while. So I feel like I got along with everybody. Everybody's so cool. You
What
know,
about
like,
the twins?
we had a lucky season. You know what? I feel bad for the twins because we actually got along really great.
Okay.
They're actually really smart, funny people, and you know we live together. So it comes to a point where I don't know. They only showed the bad shit, I guess. But like, but
We're
they're
not huge fans.
it's hard because we weren't either. Like it's really annoying when you're in a competition. You know, you're kind of like you feel like she has an upper hand because she has her sister. I'm like, damn, I wish I had my sister here,
Right.
and I wish she knew what she was doing too.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, that would be
Yeah.
great. But so that was hard to deal with. But then the blatant cheating, and of course that was revealed
Right.
today.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
definitely hard to
We
live
got a
through.
conclusion,
much.
yes, to our cliffhanger
Yeah.
last week. We find that Claire has been pulling out the slide rule every night.
Measuring,
And
yep.
I thought it was so great because you guys know how I feel about the twins. I just loved that they're like, gave it to her and then took it away.
Yeah,
Like-
definitely.
That was brutal.
That was
Definitely.
rough.
Do you?
And the money.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
God,
the
that
money.
money.
Oh no, that was a lot of money.
I
was a lot of
definitely,
money.
I definitely have to ask you. Do you regret saying anything? Because I know we got to see in this episode
So far.
a lot. I mean, from this episode, it kind of just shut the story for the twins. But do you have any regret now, looking back and being like, you know what, I shouldn't have said anything, or are you proud of standing up and be like, you know what, screw it, I'm glad I said something?
So it's really interesting because there's two things that happened on this episode that kind of got like baked together. And I really want to set the record straight. Like
Okay.
the one thing that was wrong and really, really wrong was the tape measure, right? Like Claire and Sean both were using the tape measure. She was gone by the time that this all came up to the judges, but it was something that we knew and we kind of were like trying to put out there, like this is not okay. And then I personally regret letting my emotions get the best of me about the whole JCPenney top. Like that personal, like I needed to put my ego in a drawer and be like, yo, that happens all the time in fashion. Like people knock off people's stuff all the time. And I just let it get to me too much where I regret going like, Michael, did you see what she did? Did you looking at her top? Like I regret that because that was just me in my emotions. I felt it was such a personal attack on me because we've grown to be good friends, me, Claire, and Sean. Like we live together. Like out of everybody in the room that was like very mean to them, like I was one of their trusted people. Like, you know, we had like this confidant bond, and I feel like in adversity where everybody else wasn't, it just felt like, girl, like I'm the only one that has your back, and you're gonna go steal my exact replica, like of it was like a top version of my JCPenney dress.
Yeah.
And then
saw
like
that.
she changed it at the end, and I was like, damn it, I should have said something. You know.
I have to ask you something though. How long did you guys know they were using a tape measure, and why? Why
did it take
Not
so
say
long?
something sooner.
That's really frustrating too. And we found out episode 5 and we brought it to the producer's attention, and without any proof, we were kind of in a weird situation.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
like for me to bring
Isn't
it up,
everything on camera though?
well, that's
No.
not when we live in the house. A lot of it's
They
not.
used to record a lot more of like in the house. I feel
they
like
didn't show
than
as much.
they don't show very
Yeah,
much
I don't
anymore.
think so.
I don't
and
think they show it much
no,
at all.
I mean they're very smart girls. Like they've been on reality shows before, so
Right.
you know, like they know what's up. And I feel like because without the proof, and I said, I felt like they just wanted me to like, she's
Yeah.
cheating, and they
Yeah.
just want the juice. And then what? She's gonna deny it because obviously like.
They want to see you
Right.
sneak in
Well,
a
and
room.
then, but then I'm gonna look bad. I
Yeah.
felt like I was gonna look like an asshole because I'm gonna say, "Oh, she's cheating." And she's gonna be like, "No, I'm not." And I'll be like, "I got
Done
nothing,
deal.
guys. I got
Yeah.
nothing. I got her
Right.
word against mine. Like I'm the
Right.
Puerto Rican. Like she's a white chick. Like I'm sure they're gonna believe her. So
Oh,
you know,
come
I just
on.
felt like we
It's
tried. Like we
possible.
tried. We tried to bring it up. There wasn't actual proof, and like she
Right.
actually ended up confessing. So that's like how everything happened. Like I was just shocked that Michael walked off because I think he was just so over it because we've been this whole time, like episode 5, 6, 7, and we're here.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on. Like, oh my God. Like, are you going to do something about it or not? So when they are like, you know, the judges are like, oh, it happens all in fashion all the time. I'm just like, all right, whatever. They just want her to win.
When
Like,
we
cool.
saw
Yeah,
that dress, you know, when it was turned on the side, we were all like, no.
We all
no,
knew.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. But
you
then
know.
when they shifted it back, it looked like the dress her sister was wearing
Yeah,
right
when
before
she
she left with the slit, and
Right.
slit, and slit. So, I mean, in the end, I would have probably been mad about it. I don't think I would have said anything, but
They just
glad that he
defended.
did.
They defended Claire
Somebody
way too
needed to
much.
They
say
did,
something.
and I think you handled it really well.
Yeah.
I mean, now that the twins are gone, what is the workroom like? Is it much calmer? less
I feel like
drama?
everybody had that tension. Like, we all
Yeah.
knew that there was some wrong stuff going on, and we just couldn't get around it. And it's so evident that that's, like, not there anymore.
Well, I had asked Amy last week, I said, you know, you're used to working with students like all the time. So, you know, it was probably a little easier for you in the workroom, you know, all the chattering from the twins. And she's like, you know, you would think that.
Yeah.
But
It was
no.
just
Total
on another
opposite.
level. Like,
Yeah.
it was so funny. I mean, yeah. You get used to it by that point. I mean, yeah.
I know. It's a competition, and, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, the
gonna be
tension is
barriers.
high.
Yeah.
I mean, it's serious.
I'm just
And-
I'm just glad it's over and done with.
Oh, me
just
too.
because now we get to see
They're
real
done.
talent, and I feel like we got to see a lot of that this episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is quite interesting, and the vibe as well, as you were saying, which is so cool.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
totally agree. I feel like now we can focus on really cool design
Yeah.
and not be like, well, where'd you knock this off from?
Right.
Like, you know,
No
that's
more
Right.
drama.
I
Yeah.
feel kind of bad though for Sean, honestly, because like she did her whole sacrifice thing, which
Yeah, for
okay,
nothing.
right? And then her sister totally disgraced it. I just
Well, they were
both
both
did.
using it.
they were.
So.
It's true. It's true. And what I don't get, she's like, well, it's a tank top, and I'm like, so why do you need to spec a tank top? Can you not
Amen,
drape,
sister.
pattern a tank top? Like that is a huge crush. Like that is not like an excuse saying, oh well, it was a tank top. Like that just doesn't.
I'm like, exactly. So you don't need to spec a tank top?
Yeah.
That's easy shit, girlfriend.
Tell him.
Like, nah.
Tell him, Michelle.
and it's
Tell them, Michelle.
And
Michelle.
I mean, seriously, like, how can you like come into a competition like this where you have to make things from scratch and you know the rules, like you know this isn't allowed, and you're trying to pull it off anyway, and you're just kind of proving to everyone like you don't have what it takes to make a tank top pattern. Like
Right.
that is horrible.
Totally. And like, it's funny because, you know, I see it just like you, and people are saying that me and Michael were petty. And I'm like, listen, like, all of us have been watching this show since we're teens. All of us have been like, personally, I've trained for 9 years to be on the show. I
Yeah.
auditioned 9 years ago, and they were like, nah, you're not ready. And literally the past 9 years, I've been like working to build my craft. And now I'm at a level where I'm like, I can do this without a book and without a measuring tape, nothing. And like, when you see somebody who's not doing it like the right way, like, it just
Right.
feels unfair. And I'm a Libra, and I'm all about fairness. So I'm like, no, like, we need to like, you know, play
I don't
fair
know if
here.
you
this
know,
in
but
the bag.
Michelle was also on the show. She's
Yeah.
on Project Runway Under the Gun, so she totally knows
I got you.
what
Yeah.
what you're
You know
feeling.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
This week's episode was called A Little Avant Guard, and we
Not
find.
much.
But before all
There's a
that, we
little.
find out Botany's kicked out, and then after all of the cheating scandal, Botany gets pulled back in, and they give the prize to
Brandon.
give the prize
Brandon.
to Brandon.
But not really the prize.
They don't
He
give
didn't
him
get
the money.
Oh, he didn't get the money.
Who got the
No,
money?
just
Okay.
nobody got
Nobody.
the money, which is just a huge travesty because it's like, okay, someone was taking away the win for cheating, and
Yeah.
nobody else gets. I mean, you're
Project
you're
Runway
taking,
gets some more money.
You're
You know
taking
what's
that away
interesting?
from the
I
other.
thought, yeah, and I thought it was interesting because like, it was Claire and then Kentaro. I was like, why didn't they give it to Kentaro? Like, he was number 2.
It's
Oh.
totally just stealing away the opportunity from someone else. I think.
I agree.
Because of something that the twins came up with.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Well,
twins.
Botany comes back in, and they find.
They're like, oh, never mind, come back.
Yeah, and then they are given a new challenge where everyone, their outfit has to be inspired by the child that they're paired up with favorite Shopkins doll. And I don't know if you guys know Shopkins. They're like
Oh my gosh, Shopkins.
cute
Little
little
doll
everything.
toy.
Like, yeah,
It's like the new
Yeah.
Barbie.
Full of
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
She has
Yeah.
It's like
accessories.
it's a big thing. Like,
Like-
I have nieces and they're like obsessed with Shopkins.
You're
and
like
they have these little tiny
circa
pets. And
My
like,
Little Pony kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was a really great episode.
I
We
got
thought-
to love them. I mean, once we reveal what a Shopkins is, I'm like, they're
Yeah.
cute.
We thought that you guys were gonna be dressing kids.
That's what
we did
thought.
too. We did
Yeah.
too. Trust
From what we
me.
saw, but luckily you got life-size models, so life-size Shopkins, and the winner received $5,000 and their own Shopkin doll, which is created and sold in stores, which I thought was really cool. And you guys got one day, $300. What did you think when you found out you had one day to make an avant-garde outfit with all that money? So obviously they want something that looks pretty nice in one day.
I mean, $300. I was like, all right, well, that's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Right.
But when they say a day, I'm like, that is absolute bullshit. It's actually 6 hours. Like, this was the shortest challenge we've ever done. And to do an avant-garde in shorter amount of time was just like so nerve-wracking.
Well, now I know why botanies look like you did.
That explains a lot, yeah.
Unfinished, yeah.
It was really
That answers
tough.
a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, before we get to the looks, I want to tell you guys about a new show coming out on Mondays. The Charlie Whiskey Television Network, the CW, brings you to the front line of drama with the new military series, Valor. Two special ops Army helicopter pilots breaking boundaries and defying all expectations. Their bravery in the face of impossible odds earned them distinguished flying cross for valor. But together, they are finding that truth is the first casualty of war. During their last mission, something went wrong, something no one is talking about. And when they went into the combat zone, not everyone came home. So now they have secrets, but they're also patriots and refuse to leave any man behind. What would you do if you had to break the rules to do what's right? Would you stay grounded and step in line, or go to any lengths to learn the truth?
Yes.
They share they share secrets, go on clandestine missions, risk life and limb with only each other to depend on. How close would you get to the only person who really knows you? Very close.
Very close.
Very close. It's explosive new drama that pushes the boundaries between military discipline and human nature. The new series that's right on target, Valor. New episodes Mondays, 9/8 Central, after the all-new episodes of Supergirl, only on Charlie Whiskey, the CW. And if you guys want to check out after shows for Supergirl, be sure to check out AfterBuzz. But let's get back to what everybody's waiting for, the looks.
Yes, let's get to
All
it.
right, first up, we have got Brandon. And so for everyone that's listening in the podcast, this is a little mint green strappy number. I think that's all I really need to say about this one. I rated this, and then I looked at all the others, and I took a star away from him. I gave this 2 stars. Strappy, like they all are.
Like, yeah.
Michelle's looking at me because she's like, I can't believe you gave him a star. I thought the color was really pretty. Michelle does not like that color at all. I don't know why. But
I'm
for
with
me, my biggest, it looked a little unfinished, but 6 hours. It looked a little grungy for a Shopkin to me.
A little bit too fashion forward. Can I say that? I mean, I thought that there was a missing element that I was like, I want that wow factor, and I didn't see that here. And I like.
What about the straps on the back?
I don't mind the
The
straps. I really don't mind the straps, but I just want to see, him add more of the avant-garde aspect of it.
Well, I know Michelle's just waiting.
I
Go on,
cannot
Michelle.
wait to hear Michelle.
Ready to go off.
Michelle.
So the
Tell
first
me.
thing I wrote was Tinker Hell.
That's so good.
It's just like she has this weird, hair with the colors, and I just didn't even feel like this is Brandon. And then I looked at it a second time.
Nina Garcia knew straight away it was Brandon.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
well, you can tell. I mean,
How do
he
you
puts
not?
the straps on everything,
Straps
which
it,
I
yeah.
like, but now he's ruined it for me. So then I took a second look at it, and it's like an avant-garde hospital gown with that minty freshness to it. It's like, and then you got the strap, so it's like a straight jacket. Now it turns into like a mental patient
I hate the pockets.
situation for me. Yeah, I mean,
hate the
and then
pockets.
okay, his character was like a chocolate girl.
I
Yes.
feel so bad
yeah.
for
What
the
is
girl
this?
who
And what is this cuff story? I'm like, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm over it. Like, sorry. I'm with
Too
Michael, and now because we're friends, but I'm like, he's running out of ideas. People.
Yeah.
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 Those stripes, I'm so tired of seeing them. Like, can you just get
Straps.
rid of
Oof.
them? awesome.
I think he just struggled with the avant-garde part of this challenge. Like he's just not.
You know what
good.
sucks is the fact that like the judges like him so much that even though he
I've
does
said this
pull
so many
something like
times.
this,
They can't
it's
see
like
it.
they're like, oh, I love it, and it's like, where is the criticism at? I put Harley Quinn. This reminded me of Harley Quinn.
Like
big
when she
time.
was crazy
Like
and
no,
hanging
she's
around.
still crazy, and she has the stripes in the back that look like an asylum.
Right.
Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a hot mess, and like you said, I don't know where the
How many
chocolate-
stars did you? I know you didn't give it a thing.
I gave it 1
Oh
because
wow! Okay.
it takes a lot for me to give a 0 because I
Okay.
do see effort. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this just didn't look polished like his normal, aesthetic, and I was like, I don't know.
What about you, Mayte? You give it any
No.
stars?
No, I
Oh, you
didn't.
didn't,
I
Hannah?
didn't.
I
I'm
gave it a
tired.
2 for construction because at
Same.
least there's something.
I gave it a 2.
nice
I gave it a 2
there.
because
Yeah,
I'm
tell
with you.
us
It's
why.
clean.
Yeah,
Well, I
clean.
know
Clean.
he like cleanly made. I mean, he really can make, but it's woven cotton, so whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But I just thought there's no excitement to it. I mean, she was holding the structure, for Christ's sake. Like, it's not like, she was holding it up.
Good point.
And it's like, I didn't think that it's not his best work for sure. And I was disappointed because I was really excited to see an avant-garde from this guy.
Me too.
But, to your point, I'm like, the judges are so biased. They're like, it's an anonymous fashion show, but then they're like, I
yeah.
instantly knew it was yours. And I'm like, so you're biased, bitch. So that's what you're telling me. So you know it's his,
Especially
right?
at this point, they know everybody's.
Yeah.
What do you-
Totally.
What do you think about Tim Gunn? Do you think he's biased?
I loved him, so I'm biased for that question.
Okay.
I loved him. I hearted him
right.
so
Loved him.
much.
All right, well, let's move on to the next outfit, which was pretty much universally panned. Botany got sent home for this outfit again
My
today.
So sad.
I give this 1 star. The first thing I wrote was strange. Looked a little bit like a tiger got a hold of her in Miami,
Yeah.
and just like she got out by like the skin of her weird dress.
I like the Miami part. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of
the
looks
color.
Like, yeah, it kind of looks like she's growing fabric out of the dress, and it's just coming out.
Attractive.
Yeah, but I love the blue. I love the fabric as well. I think that's very pretty. I just want to see more of that, and maybe she could have incorporated that into the skirt as well, and maybe covered the skirt a little bit more.
It needed an
But-
actual skirt.
Yeah, exactly. That black thing.
She really
It's go
stood
with
by
the
that too. Like
rest.
I
Yeah.
really wanted the black unfinished skirt underneath,
Yeah.
and everybody's like,
I know.
Sure you
I'm like,
did.
baby girl, just don't tell him that.
yeah, just
Yeah.
admit it. Just be
She
like, I'm
lied
sorry,
to
I ran
Heidi.
out of time.
She lied to Heidi once.
did.
Remember that hole in the back, and she put that
yeah,
thing.
you're
And I said a long time ago,
right.
I'd have kicked her out for lying
Yeah.
to Heidi. You don't lie to Heidi. Do you lie? Did you
Don't
ever
lie
lie
to
to Heidi?
Heidi.
No, it's because she catches
No,
it.
I
How
saw
do you
it when I
sniff that
saw it on
out?
TV. I was like, no,
Yeah.
Bethany, no. Why did you not tell her the truth? Oh,
We'll
man.
find it.
What
But
did you
yeah.
think about this outfit, Mayte?
That's all.
Okay.
I don't have anything. I mean, the color combo is, I could deal with that, but it's just, it looks like a hot mess. And then the openings in the back,
Oh, that was
cringeworthy.
not flattering for her
Yeah,
figure.
cringeworthy. It just wasn't flattering for her figure.
Do you?
I wrote
Or
messy.
anyone's-
I give it 2 stars.
Did you believe her when she said she just adores that little?
The skirt?
I don't want to call it a skirt.
I mean,
but-
I was kind of like, I felt like it was a repeat moment where she's like, she's really confident on the runway, just so they're not like, well, you don't believe in your design. Because you never, like, they could just turn it, right? So I was like, I could kind of see what you're doing, but I'm like, girlfriend, no. Like,
Yeah, when you two did
Just own it.
the group challenge, I really liked those. Were
I did too.
My favorites.
Mine as well.
Together.
oh, thanks.
Yeah, we liked that a lot, but I don't know. I think we feel Botany's kind of inconsistent.
She knows how to wear the color patterns herself, and I think we said that here.
Yeah, we want to see the way
and we want
she
to
dresses.
see,
on
yeah,
her.
we've been pushing for her, and we really wanted to see it.
Yeah, like her style. I think she's got a good attitude, but
Mm-hmm.
need more. But unfortunately, you guys, we're not gonna be getting any more Botany, or will we?
Stay tuned.
Or will she come back
No.
next week?
Next
Maybe
up,
here.
we have my favorite look of. That's not my favorite look.
No, not that one.
Wait,
no.
that's the same.
Mayte.
That's
Yeah.
the same one.
Botany.
Can we go to the next photo? Yes, there we go.
We're in sync here, Michael.
Kenya's. This was my favorite look. It is beyond the peplum. Everyone, she said tonight, she's like, I do the peplum. Like, she's well aware of what she's doing. I give this 5 stars. It's just so good. Like,
Yep.
I can't believe she made this in 6 hours. That's insane. I'm biased. Kenya's my favorite.
You are so biased. I give it 3 stars, and I'll tell you why. They did not show that this model could not walk. Like,
well, she walked so slow.
No.
Very
You guys,
slow.
like, literally don't even know. Like, she could not walk a single step. And I was like, oh, my God, she's going to be in the bottom. This sucks. And
Couldn't they have just done a slit really
I'm like,
quick?
I was, like, shocked that it literally took 10 minutes to walk down the runway and then 10 minutes to walk back. And, of course, they didn't show any of it. So I'm like, well, duh, it looks great. And, like, where are those tendrils, girlfriend?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think it would have been more effective with the tendrils.
I thought it looked like a great gown, like that's actually wearable. I thought it could. She needed to turn up that volume. Like Tim loves to tell her that. I was like, this is the moment to turn up the volume, Kenya. Like make a humongo. You know what I mean? Like I was surprised that she was safe. To be honest, just because it looked like a gown that I would wear on the reg. You know.
Oh, I love
The red
it.
carpet.
Oh, I
That's-
love it.
I do too.
I could see like Angelina Jolie in this. Like,
Right, and that's what I mean. It's like it's so wearable that it's not
Yeah.
avant-garde. Do you know what I mean?
Which defeats the purpose of the challenge.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
maybe
like,
it's a little less avant-garde, but I do think it's innovative. I haven't really seen the breasted breast.
That part is a little weird. It looks a little saggy, and honestly, like the little hip parts for me, I would have gone bigger.
Yeah,
too,
for them.
and just go for more volume. And I think just adding the tendrils, like take 10 minutes and add the tendrils, it just adds that extra effect to like
the extra, like she called it.
Yeah, it's like a more of like a plant, flower.
What'd you give it?
I gave it 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the hair makeup too. It was
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
hot. It was so
Yes.
good. I mean, she looked.
Well, we
that
gotta
model
get
is
to the
great.
hair and makeup on yours because it was pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about this look, Mayte?
I gave this a 5 stars just because all aside, this was one of my favorite looks.
We'll just
And it
roll her
was-
down the runway.
And you know what it was? I think it was mostly the hair and the makeup that as soon as that model just turned around, I was like, oh, what's
Yes.
coming? And then I'm like, oh, this is Kenya. Like, and I wrote, she's back. Like,
Yeah.
this is what I
Oh.
want. But you're right. I need a little bit more. And I'm pushing for her, so hopefully next week she'll be able to pull through something.
She's safe. She's great. She does such good work.
Yeah.
And her kid inspiration was like, make something fierce, and she
She
Yeah.
did it. She nailed
She
it.
did. She
Yeah.
did. They want a diva.
Do you have any particular?
Yeah, no, I like that I can still see Kenya in it. That's what I do like about it. I would want to see more avant-garde. Yes, the bigger peplum would be a great idea for that. But yeah, overall, a 4
good,
for
that was
me.
good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
Next up, we have got Ayana, which when we're watching this, I'm watching it like twice. I don't really know how to explain to you guys, but I'm watching it twice, so I get to see it like the runway show before they do.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's gonna be bad. But then,
You always do that.
Yeah. But then when we find out, what the rules of the competition was, I was like, this actually to me looks like the most like the Shopkins. Like
yeah,
it looks
it's
the
very
most
fitting.
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I hate it, but it looks like a kid's toy. And I mean, even though it wasn't my favorite outfit, I probably would have given her the winning
Win,
look.
Yeah.
Me too.
But I mean, it is definitely avant-garde, and it looks like it took some time.
We should all imitate Iris's pose at the end where she's like,
Lyris
oh, Lyris's, yeah, Lyris.
Lyris. Just when I think Lyris can't give me any more reasons to like not be able to stand her, she
We
goes,
need to have her here.
and she's the Naomi, she's
really
the
should.
Beyonce, she's any
everything.
successful black woman. But yeah, she gave us the Lyris. Is it like the kind of like the Zoolander? Is this like Blue
Lyris?
Magnum? Is this the Lyris?
Cross with like pufferfish, maybe.
She worked it.
But did she do that on her own, or did Ayana
No.
ask her?
I could tell she did
I
this
don't
on her
know.
own.
She did it
I
on
don't
her
know.
own.
told
You know,
me
she's
this.
like
So
she's like the Naomi of wherever
UK,
in the
yes,
UK.
just- yes.
I just
So she knows,
feel
you
like
know.
it's so weird. It's too weird.
Just feeling it.
What do you guys think about this outfit, or though, like in regards to the challenge? Obviously, I don't think any of us would like it outside of this challenge.
No, I
but-
hate it. I hate it. But it's
Tell me
total
how you really feel.
Shopkins status.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like I totally see the avant-garde, like kitschy vibe, and I could totally see this on the runway, like Moschino.
I could see this on Cha Cha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like what I wanted Cha Cha to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was fun and cutesy and young. I was like, Nina said it. I don't think it was on the show, but it was like, it's a little Victor and Roll 2009. But, you know, I love the bow and the pink and the polka dots and the, you know, Ayana's little signature is those little tulle and the socks. I thought it was so fun. Like, fun. You know, seeing her walk out the screen, it was just like, oh my God, what is
I'm
that?
just surprised with all that fabric that she didn't pull a head covering up over it. Like, I'm really shocked.
It was
that she
really
didn't.
like cool to see a different side of Ayana. from
Yeah,
the-
Totally.
Yeah, she's been dishing the head coverings the last 2 challenges.
She has. That was interesting.
What do you think?
I mean, I had a 2 originally, and then I thought, okay, well, because I really didn't like it. Like
Yeah, I
even
getcha.
though it's very appropriate for the competition, I just don't like that the leggings don't match the dress at all. I was like, what's happening?
I think that would look cool, like silk leggings in the same color. It would have
Yeah,
been really
I can
nice,
see
yeah.
that, and definitely Little Bo Peep vibes or Big Bo Peep vibes.
Big cookie, guys.
Yeah.
Well, does anyone else have any comments for have her hold your Shopkin piece? No. All right, next outfit, Kentaro. Another outfit that I gave 4 stars to.
What?
Go back. Yes, there we go. That's Kentaro's look. I like it, but I could have been more playful. I didn't feel like a little kid wanted this design, but then again, she did ask for ballerina. It's super chic. Construction looks super awesome with the waviness, but I don't know. I guess I want some like crazy something.
It's not
Yeah.
avant-garde.
More
it's not.
color. More color, and I really thought that the piece that she's holding in her hand was a train, and I was like, yeah, I like the dimension and but it's not. It was like the headpiece, right? Yeah. So there just needs to be more of an avant-garde factor in this look.
Yeah, I put ballerina in a bridal gown.
Yeah.
This is what it
Yeah.
reminded me of.
It's like an upside down ballerina. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't the fluffy part be?
It's
And then
just
the
so well
pants.
made. He's just so meticulous.
It
Like,
is.
you
It's
know, it's like
pretty.
almost
Yeah.
like, honey, just shake it off a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I like that he paired leggings with it, though. I thought that was a nice.
yeah.
little
That makes
touch.
it more look like a
It's like his
ballerina.
thing.
Very
Yeah.
well.
He did the
Yeah.
same look in the beginning, kind of with that black outfit with the black tulle and the
Yes.
black leggings.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, and he did it again.
This is a version.
But I mean, to me, this could have. It does look ballerina, but I feel like he goes too subtle for the runway. Like he's got these very subtle, like light pink kind of print to this, which he tried to make kind of structural, you know, shapes and stuff out of, which we completely lose on TV. You know, it's not that impactful because the
Right.
colors are way too subtle, and he's done that so many times before. And I think that's where he kind of stumbles.
Not a fan of the styling on this look. I would have liked to seen her hair done up in like a tight bun, like a ballerina,
ballerina-esque.
and maybe some like bright pop of lipstick.
Yeah.
to,
That would
like,
have helped,
add to
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little bit too effortless for avant-garde.
yeah, it could have definitely been something that's like, I could see a ballerina there.
How many
But this,
stars,
no.
Margarita?
I give it 3.5. I was like,
Okay.
meh.
You're very
It's
nice.
not good enough for a 4, but it's not. I mean, it's so well executed, and it's, you know, it's very Kentaro.
What do you think
Yeah, it
Antara
is,
would
yeah.
say if you said 3.5? It's
I'd
outfit.
say, okay. Something like that.
Very gracious. Very
He'd
sweet.
be like, let's go to the sauna.
Yeah. Sauna?
Yeah,
That was
Ken
so
knows sauna.
funny.
What?
Merry Christmas.
Next we got Amy. Oh, Amy.
Take a moment here.
Yeah, we just had
and-
Amy
I
on last
love
week.
Amy.
Amy's
is so
great with
sad.
shade.
Yes,
Amy's,
we love
We
her.
love how much shade she gives.
She's just
Yes.
real, man. That's what I love about her.
You gotta appreciate
Yeah.
You really don't get to see a lot of her during the season, but definitely having her here last week, we got to see a little bit more of her. So it's so sad to see her like gone.
Yeah,
I know.
unfortunately, we got 2 out this week, Botany and Amy. What do you guys think about this look? I didn't think it was nearly as bad as Botany's, but
With you.
Do we
on
know
that.
what character this was supposed to be?
Sushi.
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 Okay, there was so many
It's
opportunities missed. It's wrapped. There was a lot of opportunities missed. I just wrote homeless Shopkin.
Oh, really?
Like just what
Okay,
came to
Michelle
mind.
doesn't have any allegiance to Amy. She kept your seat warm last week.
I know.
I'm sorry. I I think that
Homeless
Amy,
Shopkins?
yeah, and then she's got like this thing tacked on the side that's just like a bandana, just like a square of fabric just tacked on, and it's like I agree with all the judges. Were like, yeah, you had this structural thing going around the neck, and the rest of it was just kind of falling flat. And now that you say it was like 6 hours, I see that, but I feel like Amy kind of has
You
this.
did a lot more than 6 hours.
It's true.
Right, it's true, but I feel like she's just kind of consistently had work that's not quite up to par, and it was just her time.
I don't feel like you could set like that next to. I don't want to say Lyric's outfit, but I don't think you could set that next to Kenya and be like, y'all had the same amount of time.
Right,
Right.
and that's when you start seeing like how people operate, right? Like Amy is
She
so
needs longer,
methodical
yeah.
and like does a cajillion tests and like
Yeah.
really this is not the time. It's like do or die.
Right.
Hopefully it works, and if not, make it
It
work.
definitely looks quickly made and very.
It's unsure.
It looks avant-garde, but basic
Right.
avant-garde.
For me,
Like
it's
Yoko Ono,
unsure.
1970s,
Yeah.
like long
Outdated,
time ago
yeah.
I
avant-garde.
feel like
yeah.
she's done more avant-garde looking pieces in the past, though, where she'd have that big billowy jacket with the color in the back, or different shapes like that, and I just don't.
Yeah, I thought she would have excelled at this.
It felt for me like she spent a lot of her time trying to figure out what to do, and
Right.
it looks like an hour worth of draping, you know?
Well, she's a teacher, so I think that she's more like, instead of going with I'm
Making it
intuitively
perfect, maybe.
designing this and thinking about it emotionally, she's more, like you said, methodical and technical, and I think that she just kind of got lost in that, thought pattern.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't think she deserved to go home
No. I
don't either.
That
because
was a
she's
shock.
never been placed at the
They
bottom
usually do
either.
that every
Never.
season. They'll throw two people away at once.
Right, but it's typically
So,
like two people that have been at the bottom before, and she hasn't been in the past.
I don't think she's wowed them this year. Like
I agree.
ever
Yeah.
really wowed them. You, my girl Amy. I know you watching. 2 stars. I'm sorry. Had to do it. Didn't think you should have gone. But also, Amy's. I asked her last week if she liked Margiela, because I get such Margiela vibes from her, and she was like, "Yeah, I love it." So I want to think when you have like inspiration like that, it's gonna translate. But yeah, she needs more time. She's not a quick worker.
And also, like, I think, like, in Amy's defense, too, like, time, yeah, we'll blame it on time, too. But, like, and you see it in the episode, her head was somewhere else. Like, she was thinking about her girl. She was thinking about her daughter.
We met her daughter last
Oh,
week.
my
did.
God.
Yeah,
Jelena.
and we met her husband, and her husband gave me crap. About, he's like, "You said my wife should have gone home last week," and I'm like, "Don't even."
They both came like at her defense.
Yeah, they're
She brought back up.
super loyal, and they watch that show like,
Of course.
like
It's Mama Bear.
Yeah.
She's our Mama Bear. I love
Super
Amy.
great,
It was
yeah.
really hard. That was shocking because we kind of felt like standing there and you hear the critiques, you already kind of get a sense of like, okay, I think
Right.
this person. I was flabbergasted, just appalled, shocked that she walked in and said that. I was like, this is one of your bad Amy
yeah,
jokes.
no one seemed to
isn't it?
believe her.
Well, yeah, really, it's one of your bad Amy jokes, right?
Aw.
And I was like,
Bad
no,
Amy jokes.
no, just because it was like you said, like I didn't
Yeah.
feel like she ever got a shot to actually defend herself in front of the judges.
Yeah.
Did that
Well,
make
she
you
took it like a champ.
Yeah. Did that make you nervous seeing two people leave and
Are
then
you
being
kidding?
like,
Like that was the reality check moment. Like, do not fuck it up.
You took
Like,
the last immunity.
I did, and that was like a reality check too. I was like, wow, like this is literally the example of we make one mistake.
I still, even if you didn't have the immunity, I wouldn't have sent you home for your outfit. I
mean, I think I was unnecessarily in the bottom just for the drama factor. Like, let's be honest. Like, there was no need
Yeah.
for me to be at the runway that day because I had immunity.
I hated the winning outfit. I hated Claire's outfit. I thought it looked like something you get at the limited. Like,
very basic.
Nina was like, the print. I'm like, what? Like, what?
I mean, to me,
Like-
Taro was like the clear winner of that
Yeah,
challenge.
it was.
But the producers knew what was going on. I'm sure they
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
that. To,
Yeah,
you know.
they knew it was gonna skyrocket.
Well, next up, we have an outfit from yours truly. Here's Margarita's outfit. How many stars do you give it?
You guys, I gave myself 5 stars. I made that shit by hand, okay? I hand sewed that bitch. I don't even know why. I just felt like I was going to get the most organic shape by
Yeah.
doing it by hand. And I think that's what happened. Botany did it on the machine, and I did it by hand, and you can tell.
I like the gathering. It looks purposeful, whereas Botany's didn't. And, like, the words I wrote down was luscious and delicate. And I really
Beautiful.
I really liked how you made the in the styling. You made like the what were they like?
Really paillettes. I mean, it was
Yeah,
a really
paillettes.
heavy fabric. And Zach's like,
Yeah,
she
and
found
good-
this fabric. I was like, excuse me, I made that textile with a foam backing. It was a really heavy fabric, and I made it stand up. It was incredible.
Well, I like how it went up into her makeup.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
cool. How did
Yeah,
you
I
do
like
that? Did
that.
you take the paillettes or did
Yeah,
you
I was
have
like
them used?
frantically ripping off diamonds off of the fabric to just
Glue
glue them
sticks.
on her
Yeah.
and just like sew them on the dress. Yeah.
All right, well, who wants to be the first to make the first cut?
Give it to me, guys.
I'll do it.
Give it to me. I'm ready.
What do you
I
think?
don't care, I'm
What do you-
ready.
any problems with this outfit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take it. I can take it.
So here's what I loved about it. I wish it would have been a cake Shopkin because it reminded me of like this cake, and I really like texture myself. So I like that you mixed all these textures. And there's, I think Zach mentioned there's kind of like this was it pleated?
There's a pleated file
Okay,
and there's
yeah.
organza. Yeah.
So I like that pleated part that came into it. And it felt
Yeah,
like
it's
that
like in the middle
when they do the
bottom.
frosting on the side of the cake and stuff. And then just it's really hard to see on the runway, but when they start to break it down, they're you're bringing in all these diamonds and stuff into other parts of the the dress that didn't have them. And I think that's really smart. To me, I just I get that you did the organic thing, and I think it's more successful than botany, but I still think there's something about the proportions, and I get a little bit of prom vibe from it.
Yeah.
But it's
I
really fun, and it's definitely Shopkin.
don't like the way it looks standing still, but I like the way it looks when it's moving.
It
Yeah.
definitely has
I
good
gave it
movement,
3
too.
stars. What did you give it?
Yeah. 3. Yeah.
Looks like we agree about a little more than,
We
than
do. We
a few
agree
things. Yeah, we do.
Never happens.
Yeah. There's always a first.
All right, Mayte, what do you
Hey.
think about it?
I actually really like this look. I put modern Cinderella.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a big glitter person as well. So I definitely like the sleeves and the back, the shape of the back towards her towards her back was really nice. But my only thing is just the bottom. I don't know. It's like the size, the length is like a little it's either too long or too short. I mean,
You can't tell if it's a
I
high
can't
low
tell.
or a low high
Right.
or a high or low.
Right, that was my only thing. But I definitely do see Avant Garde.
It's very Chanel
And-
to me.
Yeah, and props for doing it as well by hand, because that
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah. 6 hours. I was like, what was I thinking?
I think that part was worth it, though. You just can't do that on a machine. I think maybe like that's the problem with the proportion I have too is just the bottom. I almost wish it would have been like longer or bigger.
Or bigger.
I know,
Like,
me
go
too.
nuts.
Me
go
too,
like
girl. I wanted that to be like a floating cloud. It was in no time.
Quinceañera or something.
It definitely
like,
looks like a cloud.
15.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, Hannah?
I thought it was very luscious in the best way.
I wrote
really
that too,
liked
yeah.
it. Yeah, and I really, honestly, I can see this at the Met. I was like so excited when this look went down the runway. I was like, yeah.
It looks like it
I
tastes
just
like
wanna
vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla, and
Vanilla
marshmallows
cream.
and just yumminess.
Well, we have got our final look up for the night, which, oh my gosh, you guys, I know.
I
know-
can't wait to tell me everything.
I know this one. I know Michael's probably watching this.
However, it's okay.
It looks like a wonky burrito, and I wrote a poopy disco diaper. It's avant-garde, but I don't know. I'm on guard. Like if I saw that person walking towards me, I would be worried that they're dripping or like something's coming out of all that mess. And I hated the bell bottom.
disco.
I hated the bell bottom. It needs to be longer. It's like
Longer, yeah.
It
why
needs to be
is
a little
it
longer.
cut-
I'm with you in that. Yeah,
like, what? And it's like raw. I don't know. I'm done.
Okay.
1 star. Sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
I gave this a 3.5. There's a lot of things that I really liked about it, but I really wish I didn't quite see dripping disco.
Just like crying.
It reminded me of like X-Files disco, where it's like this is what do I call like a growth kind of.
A tumor.
Yeah.
A little bit like a tumor.
growth.
Growth.
So maybe if
Oh,
it was
never a
like
good
around
word.
the waist, maybe kind of elongating the figure then. But I loved how the whole entire thing was just like so sparkly. Okay, Mayte.
I'm sorry.
Mayte, tell us, because she really's having a moment.
You
Mayte,
like my description?
You said, yeah, poopy disco diaper.
you're still on.
That was hilarious. This reminded me of like a snail on the inside.
Oh,
Just like
that.
slowly
Like if you pulled
moving.
it out of it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Out of the shell?
I was so scared though when Tim was giving him advice, and he's like, this is the only fabric you're gonna use, and I'm like, uh-oh, like, what is he gonna make out of this? And I mean, it is avant-garde. We have to give it that, and it is creative.
Yeah, it's avant-garde.
But is it something that I personally would wear? No, it isn't. And the pants definitely. I don't know.
I think I would have made those a skinny leg. Like maybe look more
or
alien.
you know what?
Than,
It could have just been longer, and just have the bell bottoms.
It definitely need to be longer.
A little
I
bit
just
more
don't
towards
understand
I don't
that.
know,
Is
the
that was that an
floor?
accident? Do you know? Like, was that an accident?
I don't think
that
they were
it's not
supposed to
longer?
be. I think they were supposed to be a little bit longer.
'Cause
But I think it was like a fabric issue too, like not enough
Not
fabric or whatever. So I'm with you. I gave him 5 stars, not because he's my lover, but because
I feel
this
like I'm
is.
talking to Nina Garcia over here.
But like, here's the thing. Here's why I give him 5 stars, because it's an avant-garde challenge, right? And his concept was the melting disco ball, and it gave me so much Comme des Garçons, Rei Kawakubo vibes, like lumps and bumps, like that. She did like that collection, like late 80s, 90s, and it had all these like lesions, like kind of growths, and it gave me that avant-garde vibe. And I was like, disco ball, and of course, give it girl glitter. I mean, I'm done. Love you, Michael. The bell bottom should have been longer, and I think that the lumps and bumps could have been a little more spherical rather than cylindrical, because it does a little burrito a little bit. It's a little. It's just the shape is not as circular or spherical as I would have expected it.
I think it's so hard to do that like tumor mass like design. I've seen, and this isn't horrible. I actually really like it. It's super up my alley. I like that space alien type of look, but like it's just super hard to like place those tumors. And
It is.
I wish that he would have made the shoulder like bigger, and just everything would have felt more like it made sense to me. And I wish the pants would have just been way longer or huge, like 12-foot bells or something, you know.
I know he
And-
wanted them to be like dragging on the floor, like
Yeah.
long,
Yeah.
but he didn't have
Okay,
fabric.
he
Like I
should
know
have
that,
it.
and I think maybe that's why I'm
Yeah.
a little biased, because I
That
kind of
didn't
imagined
cost $300 for that fabric, did it?
That's
Come
true. That's
on.
true. But I think it would look good on a Shopee, and it's like one of the most creative things.
It is.
That you know.
Shoppies, yeah.
Why
I
didn't they bring the kids back to be like, I hate this?
Thank God they didn't do that. Thank
I
God.
know, right? That girl would have
No.
been like, "Where's the chocolate?"
Seriously, that
Well,
would have been entertaining.
We're running out of time. Oh my god, I feel like we could talk to you forever. It's been so much
Oh my God,
fun.
I'm such a
Yeah.
chatty
But
Cathy. I'm sorry.
they said that for this challenge, really important, the JCPenney wall. Although I didn't see anyone used it.
funny.
Did anyone use it?
No.
Of course not. Did anyone?
We
Did
have to
it-
use the shoes, right?
The shoes. That's true.
Did
Yeah.
anyone throughout the competition use more than 10 things, do you think?
We used some. We used
Did
the
they
shoes.
switch it out?
I really tried. I really tried to put GCP on the forefront of my designs, even though I would get hated on.
Well,
a
yeah,
little bit.
you can't give it too much hate because they're selling your dress.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Amazing. Sold
Yeah.
out.
Congrats.
Yes.
Sold out. Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
That's
It was
cool.
incredible.
So that's
Really
a
cool.
week.
Have you put it on yet? Like on you?
I thought you were gonna
Oh,
wear
yeah.
it today.
I did. I thought about it, but I was like, that's a little.
Too much.
Margarita, don't self-plug like
extra.
that. That's
went
so
with
extra. It's not my style. No, it's really cute. I got my mom one. I got my sister one. I got everybody one. I got Stephanie one. I got everybody a dress.
Very
Love it.
cool. Well, that's so
Yes.
cool to have your design made. I know that's one of all of the designers who get on the show.
the
They hope
dream.
that they win one of those.
Oh my God, that's so surreal. I'm like still like pinching myself. It's awesome.
Well, I tell you guys to go buy it, but it's sold out. So if you snooze on that, you lose on that. But maybe eBay.
Yeah,
Or they
I know
might
there's some
restock
at the
it.
stores. Yeah, I know online is sold out, but some stores still have it. So
Sometimes
go find
they'll
it.
restock it though. It's sold
Hopefully.
out in a week or two. So
It
they
sold
probably
out the
will.
first day. It sold out in 12 hours, and then they restocked it yesterday, and it sold out again. So I hope to whatever is left, like please just put it online because people
Yeah.
want it online.
Did you get a cut of that or no?
I can't talk about that.
That's
Should,
cool.
we
Yes.
should be.
I should be. I definitely should be.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for being
Oh, this
here
was
with
so
us.
fun.
tonight.
You guys are the best. I want to watch the episodes every week with you guys.
We would love to have you. You're probably gonna be busy on finale night, Margarita. But if you have time, we'd love to have you here, and we're inviting all of our guests to come back. So tell
cool.
everyone where they can find you online and on social media.
Oh my God, yes. You can find me on my Instagram. It's at Margarita Alvarez Official, or my Twitter page, which is Margarita PR16.
Mayte, tell them where they can find you.
Hey guys, you can find me everywhere at Mayte Carillo _.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste and shop at michelleUberreste.com.
You can find me at Hanna Bee Tucker.
And you can find me at Michael X Shirley on Twitter and Instagram, or ILoveMichaelShirley.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Check out our other after shows at AfterBuzzTV.com, and they'll see you next week, but I'll be gone. Michelle will be leading the panel, so I'll see you kids in 2 weeks.
Yay!
Later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.